Global War 36 enthusiast here with Operation 20 Core, turn 12.5, Commonwealth. It is January 1942. The Commonwealth has 2 tech roles. First, I tried for anti-submarine warfare to 7 or higher. PPE generated a 1, so I failed. Second, I tried for amphibious doctrine at a 7 or higher. PPE generated a 6, so I failed. Purchases. Great Britain has 27 IPP to spend. I will upgrade 2 militia to infantry for 4, 1 militia for 2, that's 6, 1 airborne infantry for 3, that's 9, 1 marine for 4, that's 13, 2 colonial infantry for 8, that's 21, 1 medium armor for 6 brings me to 27. FEC has 12 IPP to spend. I will purchase 1 fighter for 10 and lend-lease a militia upgrade to the KMT for 2. That brings me up to 12. ANZAC has 3 IPP to spend. I will purchase 1 airborne infantry for 3 IPP. All right, combat movement. Got a lot of combat movement, but not that many die rolls to be made. From southern England, 1 torpedo boat destroyer is going to leave port to sea zone A21 and go on escort duty. All right, down here in Gibraltar, 1 ANZAC destroyer will leave port to sea zone A44 and then move 1 to A43, 2 to A42, 3 to A38, 4 to A37 and go on escort duty in A37. All right. From sea zone M2, 2 submarines will conduct convoy raiding. In sea zone M2, 1 fighter will come off this carrier and fly to sea zone M4 to engage the torpedo boat destroyer. This is the what do you call it? So sorry. Screening force. This is the screening force. Also joining the screening force from Lower Egypt will be a medium bomber. And this coastal sub that is in sea zone M2 will be the 3rd member of the screening force in attacking that torpedo boat destroyer. This will allow this continuing force of this carrier to move through to M8, and the fighter will land over there on M8. Down here in Belgian Congo, 1 British infantry will move down into Rhodesia. That will capture that for Great Britain. And from South Africa, 1 infantry will move to Bucanaland. That'll capture that for Great Britain. So that's 1 up for Great Britain, 1 down for Italy. So Great Britain is at 24 and Italy is at 13. Next, from sea zone I1, 2 battleships and 2, well, is that right? Yeah. Which do I want to do? 2 battleships and... Yeah, I'll do 2 battleships, 1 British naval transport, 1 ANZAC naval transport. Will pick up 3 infantry from Cape Town. So they're going to pick up 3 infantry, move up to I4, and then drop off 3 infantry in Italian Somaliland. I'm hoping that one of my 2 bombardments will hit. And that if they miss, that the militia doesn't hit and kill 2 infantry. That would suck, especially given last turn I lost 2 Marines and 2 Marines in my airborne. Okay. And then this fighter that's on the light carrier here will fly to Italian Somaliland. And then this carrier will move 1 to I3, 2 to I4, 3 to I5, 4 to M8. And so the fighter will be able to land there. So the fighter started in I1, it moves 1 to I3, 2 to Italian Somaliland, 3 to I4, 4 to I5, and 5 to land on the light carrier. So it'll be 2 bombardments, 3 infantry, and a fighter there. In that battle, is there anything else I'm doing over in this area? Nope. Okay, over here in Burma, I'm going to have, coming off this card, a British infantry and an Anzac infantry will move into Anam Tonkin, and a fighter from Calcutta will join the battle. 1, 2, 3, it will land in Burma. And then from Burma, this stack is moving down to Siam. Okay, so what's in that stack? 1 British infantry, 1 Anzac infantry, 7 Gurkhas, 1 FEC artillery, 2 Anzac artillery, 2 British anti-aircraft artillery. And I think that is everything. Okay, we can roll some dice. All right. Let's do the convoy rating in C-Zone M2 versus the Italians. The red is the attacker. I've got a +2. So I did max damage. The Italians lose 1 IPP from that line. That brings them down to 14. Okay, next we will do the attack on that torpedo boat destroyer in C-Zone M4. My coastal sub has a first strike, because there's no destroyers present. Nope. Then I have a fighter at 6, miss, and a medium bomber at 7, hit. He has 1 shot at 2. Almost got my coastal sub, but did not. Okay. So that guy is gone. And that means that the carrier that was in M4 can join the other light carrier, making it to C-Zone M8. All right, what is the next thing on the agenda? Oh, it's Italian Somaliland, which is desert. So I've got the 2 bombardments. Come on. Yes. Oh, 2 hits, but I only needed 1. Okay, so the Italian militia dies. I was worried that I was going to lose 2 infantry. And that's worth 1. So that's 1 up for Britain. That brings me to 25. 1 down for Italy. That brings them to 12. Next, we have Anam Tonkin. Anam Tonkin is Jungle Mountain. So I have 2 at 1 with the 2 infantry. And 1 at 6, 10 and 12. Wow, I should have rolled that for tech. 12, geez, why can't I get these tech rolls? What does he have? Is that militia that he's got? Yeah, he's got 1 at 2. Oof, another close one. 2 at 1. 1 at 6. Hit. 1 at 2. Miss. All right. And then, so that's worth 1. Let's hold on adjusting the board because I'm going to be doing Siam and I'm fairly confident that I'm going to succeed at that in that battle. But it is taken with a British infantry and an Anzac infantry. All right, Siam. I've got three artillery at 2. It's jungle, but there's a little bit of mountain border that people might not notice between Burma and Siam. So it's 3 at 2. Nope. And then I've got, how many Gurkhas? 7. Oh, these are at 2. I was going to say 7 at 3. No, they are at 3 because Gurkhas aren't affected. So 2, 4, 6, 7. Just need 1 hit. Oh my God, 5 hits. Okay, and he's got the 1 at 2. 6. Okay. So, boy, my luck is fluky, hot and cold. Some turns I do awesome, and other turns I get wrecked. Okay, so that's 2 up for Great Britain and 2 down for Japan. So Great Britain's at 27, Japan is at 50. All right, I think that's the end of all my combat. Let me double check. Is there anything I'm missing? We got the convoy raiding, killed the torpedo boat destroyer. Yep. Okay, let's land some planes. So the medium bomber here is going to fly and land in Gibraltar. All right. And the fighter that was here is going to land on the light carrier, one of the light carriers. And the fighter that was in Italian Somaliland will land on the other light carrier in M8. Let's see. While we're down here, these 2 naval transports will pick up 2 infantry and move up 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3, and drop them off in Lower Egypt. Gets me up to 18 infantry there in Lower Egypt. Not sure if I'll have enough. Then, wait. 1, 2, 3. Well, boy, the Vichy can't attack me. I think, let's see, I'm so sorry for this delay. I think I'm going to go over here to Aden with those 2 guys and go import in Aden. Calling an audible. I need an import marker. All right. Down here, the forces consist of a light carrier with a tactical, 4 heavy cruisers, and 3 destroyers. They are here in I-1. They'll move 1 to I-9, 2 to I-14. Let's see. No, I'm sorry. That one is to I-2, then 2 is to I-9, then 3 is to I-14, and 4 is to P61. I had a choice. I could go to P61, or I could go down to this C-zone just below it, which is an infamous C-zone for me from Operation Thunderball, a time I was on Hambone's team and totally screwed up and hurt his chances of winning that game. So I'm going to go to P61 instead. This submarine from P44 is going to come down 3 spaces. 1 to P51, 2 to P60, 3 to P61. All right. I think we got all that. Let's come up here to London. I'm going to be building medium armor and a marine in London. So from London, marine and a medium armor are going to move over to southern England. And then from southern England, a naval transport will leave port to see zone A21 carrying a marine and a medium armor. And it will move down here to A44, drop off the marine and medium armor in Gibraltar and go in port in Gibraltar. And then starting from Gibraltar, there is a naval transport. It will go back up to sea zone A21 and go in port in southern England. And the net effect of all this movement is a teleportation of a marine and medium armor to Gibraltar. Where did I put that medium armor? Here it is. Okay. Let's go back up to London. From London, the battleship will leave port to A22. It'll move over to A21 and then go in port in A21. Then from southern England, a battle cruiser and destroyer will leave port to A21 and they will move down to sea zone A44. And then they will go in port in sea zone A44. Okay. This task force card consisting of 1 heavy cruiser, 1 Anzac light cruiser, 2 British light cruisers, 3 British destroyers, and 1 torpedo boat destroyer. That fleet will leave port from Gibraltar to sea zone M2. They will then move to sea zone M8. And then continuing the movement will be 2 of the destroyers. So from M2, it's moved 1 to M4, 2 to M8, and 2 destroyers are going to keep going. They've got 2 more movement. They'll move 1 to I5 and then another to I4. Let me think about this. You know what? I think I'm going to move a fourth or a third destroyer. Well, then I don't have any. God, so sorry to do this on the fly. God, I'm so sorry, guys. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm going to sit like that. All right, so sorry for the delay. Okay, we did the moves to C Zone I-4. Okay, from Gibraltar, one air transport is going to fly to Cape Town, I believe. I got a range of 7. 1 to A44, 2 to A46, 3 to A48, 4 to A50, 5 to A53, 6 to A54, and 7 to Cape Town with that air transport. From Lower Egypt, one seaplane is going to fly 8 spaces to Puerto Rico. 1 to M8, 2 to M4, 3 to M2, 4 to A44, 5 to A43, 6 to A42, 7 to A41, and 8 to Puerto Rico. Okay, now down, we already did, we landed that one. Okay, Sydney. From Sydney, I'm going to have 2 militia and 1 motorized move to New South Wales. Okay, and I think that is everything. Placement of units. So Sydney got an airborne infantry. We'll add that down in Sydney. And then up here, Calcutta got a fighter. And Lend-Lease through the Burma Road, a militia upgrade to KMT. Okay, Britain. I already did the Marine and medium armor in London. Here in Lower Egypt, I'm going to do a MUM, a militia upgrade militia, and a colonial infantry. So that's another 2 more infantry there. So that gets me up to 18. No, not 18. Before I said, I thought it was 16. I was wrong. It's 14. I've got 14 in Lower Egypt. And then I'm going to put my 2nd colonial infantry in Transjordan. And that leaves me an airborne and a militia upgrade. So the militia upgrade is going to go in Transjordan. That'll get me up to 2 infantry there. And the airborne will go in Cape Town. All right. So, collect income. Great Britain collects 27 plus 3, so they're at 30. FEC collects 9 plus 2 for Aden in Lower Egypt, so that's 11. Anzac collects 3. All right, now we begin Free France's turn. Free France has 6 IPP to spend. They will purchase a Foreign Legion for 4 and save 2 IPP. Combat movement. From Lower Egypt, 1 medium bomber goes on map in C Zone M8 and will hunt the Vichy sub. The other allies can't attack Vichy, but the Free French can. So I'll have that try, and that is all my combat. So let's roll. There'll be one shot at 7. Ah, missed it by 1. Okay, so his sub survives. My bomber will fly back to Lower Egypt and come off map, of course. All right. Non-combat movement. From Sea Zone M4, 1 submarine will move 1, 2, 3 to... Well, yeah, I think I'll move to here. To I-5. Okay. From Cameroon, this Foreign Legion is going to strategic rail move down to South Africa. In Sea Zone I-1, 1 torpedo boat destroyer and 1 naval transport are going to go in port in South Africa. The destroyer that's in Sea Zone I-1 is going to join the other British ships that are out here in P61. So it'll join that task force card. I think that might be, let's see, move that, move that, move that. Yep, okay, now place units. I'll place my Foreign Legion in Syria. All right, so I collect 5 with the Free French. They saved 2, so they'll have 7 for next turn. Let's do disposition of forces. In Northern England, 1 militia. In Southern England, 3 militia, 1 airborne, 1 marine, 1 medium armor, 1 anti-aircraft. Oh, I'm going to move this fighter over. 2 fighters, 1 French fighter. In London, oops, this is gone. 3 militia, 1 marine, 1 medium armor, 1 anti-aircraft artillery. In port in Southern England is a battleship, a coastal defense ship, and a destroyer, and a naval transport. In Sea Zone A21, 1 torpedo boat destroyer on escort duty. In Gibraltar, 1 militia, 1 American infantry, 1 American marine, 2 British marines, 1 medium armor, 1 American medium bomber, 1 British medium bomber, a battleship, no, that's a battle cruiser in port, a destroyer, an American attack transport, and a British naval transport. That's what's in port in Gibraltar. In Sea Zone M2, 2 British submarines. In Sea Zone M4, 1 British coastal submarine. In Sea Zone M8, 2 light carriers with 2 fighters, a heavy cruiser, an Anzac light cruiser, 2 British light cruisers, a destroyer, and a torpedo boat destroyer. In Cyprus, a militia. In Syria, a Foreign Legion. In Transjordan, 2 infantry. In Lower Egypt, a militia and 14 infantry, 3 anti-aircraft artillery, and a French medium bomber. In in Aden, 2, whoops, I forgot to move I was going to move 4 infantry over to here. That is 6 infantry left here. Okay, Aden has 2 infantry and 2 naval transports in port in Sea Zone I-5, 2 British battleships, 2 destroyers, 1 British naval transport, 1 Anzac naval transport, 1 French submarine. In Italian Somaliland, 3 infantry. Oh, these French guys move. God, I'm just totally screwing this up. Shoot. God dang it. I was gonna do a walk-on Tanganyika, but I did not write it down, so fail. Okay, yeah, I didn't write that one down, so. All right, so in Cameroon, 1 militia. In Belgian Congo, 2 infantry, 2 Foreign Legion, 2 anti-aircraft artillery. Rhodesia with an infantry, Bucanaland with an infantry. South Africa has a Foreign Legion torpedo boat destroyer and a naval transport in port. Cape Town has an airborne infantry and an air transport. 4 infantry in Maharashtra. This medium armor should have moved to here. God, I'm totally screwing up on Friday night. So 4 FEC infantry in Maharashtra, 6 FEC infantry in southern India, 3 militia, a fighter, and 2 anti-aircraft artillery in Calcutta. In Burma, there's a fighter. In Siam, there's a British infantry, an Anzac infantry, 7 Gurkhas, 1 FEC artillery, 2 Anzac artillery, 2 anti-aircraft artillery. Let's see. New South. Oh, yeah. I forgot about this Navy. This Navy is 1 light carrier with a tactical, 4 heavy cruisers, 3 British destroyers, 1 French destroyer, 1 British submarine. In New South Wales, 2 militia and a motorized infantry. In Sydney, 3 militia, 5 infantry, 1 airborne infantry, 1 anti-aircraft artillery. I think that might be everything. What a total. I really screwed this turn up. Next up is Panzer J with 12.7, Italy.